Hey, what's going on, world of YouTube? My name is Pat, and this is my video response to liberal viewers' video about profanity and Fox News and YouTube. Um, I think this whole argument for profanity is just kind of ridiculous and baseless. You know, for one thing, if you've ever been to fcc.org or .gov, and I highly suggest you go, please take the time and seriously do it. I mean, you can just look this stuff up for yourself. Take the time and read the actual printed laws and regulations presented by the FCC. They are the most ludicrous, gray-ridden, sliding scale pile of nonsense and bullshit you will ever read in your life. They basically have a license to harass anyone they want for any reason, and it's completely up to their discretion to determine what is profane, what is vulgar, and like the words that they use are so baseless and have no legal bearing whatsoever. And you just really take the time, go to fcc.gov and actually read the rules. It's not hard to find. Anyways, as I go forward here though, I think yeah, YouTube's a private company and they have the right to do whatever the hell they want, however they want. And it kind of scares me that the FCC is wanting to allow nationwide internet and give it for free, but then at the same time saying they're going to regulate it, and that scares the shit out of me. And on so many levels, it's a horrifying thought to me. But at the same time, I would love to see free internet for the world, and that would be great, or at least for the United States. And but at the same time, I think it's ridiculous though that we're making an issue out of something that's a non-issue, because the fact of the matter is that these days we have technology in place that can very well limit and regulate, not only to a degree like an arbitrary rating scale, oh man, I feel sorry for parents out there who try to keep up with this, between the ESRB, the Film Ratings Association, and the TV ratings. They've got like 5 different things to memorize. It's insane. There's no way they can keep up with all of it. And then how do you even bring that in contents of literature? I mean, especially magazines, like tattoo magazines are all 18 or over, and that companies can actually get sued and fined and arrested for giving certain magazines, and even things that aren't necessarily Playboy. I mean, for God's sake, or not necessarily pornography. I mean, look at Playboy. I mean, that's very debatable whether or not that's considered pornography or not. I think maybe more in recent years it could be considered more pornography, but I mean, the fact that a female form is so criminalized is ridiculous, or the naked body in general. And it gives me a headache to even think about it, that, in America it seems like we're more willing and accepting of the idea of kids seeing people killing each other than the idea of kids accidentally seeing people fucking. You know? Isn't that kind of a disgusting thought, that parents are more comfortable with their kids seeing images of people killing each other than seeing them having sex and intercourse? That it's almost like saying it's a more acceptable behavior. But anyways, I digress. Back to the technology though, that it doesn't have to be a bland rating scale, but there are technologies in place that could very well help this out. And the fact that nobody stepped up, and the ESRB arose, video game rating board arose from a necessity, and it was made by a woman who was a wife of a video game programmer, and that they saw that there was a potential problem on the horizon with Congress if they didn't do something and start regulating it themselves. But at the same time, it's a interactive piece of machinery, especially with the internet and even TV these days with TiVo. But I think it's completely within our possibility to have specific guidelines and have parents being able to say, I don't want my kids seeing this word, I don't want them seeing that, I don't want to see them seeing stories about this, I don't want them seeing this body part, that body part, or that body part, I don't want to see them, and they can really get down to the nitty-gritty about what they can and cannot allow on TV, computers, or video games, and it bothers me that we're not doing it. And that because we're not doing it, and we're not giving these parents their options, because they'll keep screaming about being good parents and all that. I mean, that's, what else can you get, more than that? And I think that the wisest thing in the world, that if someone had some intelligence and could do this, would be making a rating system for websites. And I think that they could be very well like what I'm saying, and of course not have it mandatory, that websites that are whatchamacallit, that it doesn't even have to be a legal process. You don't have to go through Congress. Somebody can do this as a private organization, just as long as they're big enough. But basically have it where if you want a rating from this website, you have to file through them, and if you sign a contract, and if you break the contract and you say have pornography and say you don't, then you get a big ass fine for a breach of contract. And you know, basically have it to where parents can set it up, and then if it's not rated, have it to where the kid's not allowed to access it, and have it treated as if it were the worst material they can find, like X-rated material. And but anyways, yeah. So that's my opinion on censorship, and I don't know. I don't even know what to say, man. I think the FCC just needs to be stopped, and that parents should be given options. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.